Oh, and what is up, YouTube? We are here with the announcement about Delve. Delve is going to be 3.4. So I haven't checked any of this stuff out yet. I've just now hit F5 to refresh the page. And this is what we're looking at right here. We're looking at Path of Exile Delve. So we've got the countdown live up. It is 21 days, 22 hours, 56 minutes away from coming. So let's take a look at what Delve is all about. Oh, this is some awesome art already from the get-go. Okay, here we go. So, Path of Exile is an online action RPG, blah, 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 blah. Let's click on Delve. That's the main website right there, but let's just click on Delve. Let's see what they've got. I guarantee you they're having to download some more RAM. Download more RAM.com today because of all the people F5ing. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at the video.
The Vaal Temple of Axoatl. Wealth, decadence, cruelty, death. Lost for over 1,000 years.
This was Incursion.
But there is a way to find Axoatl. I will thrust you into the past.
Alva Valai. Yeah, this was Incursion. Did they not update the video? Hey guys! You guys excited for Incursion again?
Beware. Changing the...
Yeah, look at this. Look at the end of the video. What kind of troll shit is that? Okay, well let's just wait. They probably made a mistake. Let's go look at YouTube and let's go see. Let's go look at the official Path of Exile. Oh my gosh. They redirected back to Incursion. Maybe the announcement is like, Incursion is happening again! Like, for a second there I was like, what? What? Guys, you got the wrong hot link. Okay, so the Delve link. In Path of Exile Delve, you will delve into the Azurite mine's infinite depths to extract treasure and discover its subterranean secrets. Our latest expansion features an infinite dungeon and socketable currency items. Socketable currency, as well as a bunch of new unique items, skill gems, balance changes, graphics, engines, improvements, and more. Okay, so what's an infinite dungeon? Is that going to be like zombie mode where like hordes just keep coming at you? That'll be interesting. The Azurite mine, left untouched for over 250 years, the Azurite mine has been consumed by a malevolent darkness that cast out the Eternal Empire. Nico, an inventor, has harnessed the power of the voltaxic sulfite to create a machine called the Crawler that can pierce the darkness. Delve into the mine, but don't leave the Crawler's light for long or you'll be crushed by the darkness. Okay, so is this entire league going to be... Wait, so first impressions are often wrong. Is this entire league going to be an escort mission? Like, this looks like the escort path from, is it Act 7? Lighting the beacon? That is what this looks like. That we got to stay close to this machine. Okay, well we'll see what it's like. At least that's, hey, maybe that's like Incursion to where, or like Abyss to where it's optional. Okay, explore the darkness. The Azurite mine is full of treasures for those brave enough to risk the darkness for short periods of time. Use flares to venture further away from the Crawler's path, and dynamite to destroy unstable walls, which conceal even greater rewards. Okay, so that's probably rather similar to walls in, yeah, very similar to walls inside of the temple. Although this is really interesting. I'm actually going to move my camera here for a second. Take a look at this over here. It looks like maybe those are flashbangs and flares or like wall detonations over here on the bottom right hand side. So almost akin to like bestiary, almost. That's actually pretty interesting. And then this, maybe this is like a light meter. I don't know. Let's take a look at another image. Here's another image. Oh, very nice. Darkness, definitely very dark. And then here's the third image for this slide. Primitive alchemical resonator. Potent alchemical resonator. Okay, so already getting a little bestiary vibe here just with the number of things that are going on. That the league is going to have some very, very specific currency items probably for it. So this meter looks a little bit different than the previous screenshot. This screenshot was at 27. This screenshot's at 70. Does this one look more dark? Maybe this is like Maybe this is completion percentage. I don't know. Let's keep reading. Okay, the Azurite upgrades. Any Azurite you find in the mine can be traded to Nico at his base camp. In return, he offers to upgrade the crawler and can sell you flares, dynamite, and crafting materials to aid in your exploration. Okay, so maybe a little bit like... Maybe just a little bit like... Einhar? Maybe? So here's what his... Here, let's move this back. Here's what his shop looks like. Azurite. So delve, we can access it through the challenges panel, which is accessed via H as the short key. Okay, so here's Azurite. Sulfite capacity upgrade, darkness resistance, light radius. Okay, so this is like a modular, almost like another modular temple sort of thing, but rather than modding the temple, we're modding our ability to progress through it, or rather how we progress through it. That's pretty interesting. Here's a look of what maybe his shop or an explosion through the wall. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Whether that's Nico or whether that's a character, we don't know yet. Maybe that's Nico. Is Nico Einhar? What is Nico an acronym for? Everybody was like Alva Valai was like I Vol. So what's Nico? Huh. So many questions. Okay, that looks like a device. It looks like, yeah, so this is the machine, the contraption. Okay, this is pretty interesting. This could be terrible. This could be awesome. Right? We never know until until day one and first impressions start rolling in. But we'll see. Deep civilizations. Deep in the Azurite mine, you'll discover many different biomes. As you delve even deeper, you may encounter lost cities from Ray-class dark history. Each environment has its own monsters, bosses, encounters, and rewards. So this is PoE Minecraft. Like, we're going into the mine. Holy cow, look at this environment. This is like all red. Is that an incursion altar? That kind of looks like something that we'd see in a temple. That's a lot of blood. Holy crap. This is not a necro. Yeah, this is a necro. We got some skellies, some zombies. Kill phantasm. What is this other thing? That's got to be like an updated graphic of a skill. Okay, what else? Ooh, look at all this. Oh, nice. This is an abyss. Yeah, this is an abyss, a lich. Abyssal lich. That's pretty cool. There's his vines. Pretty good looking art so far, as always. And that's got to be from a supporter pack, or it could be a boss. It could actually be the boss, kind of like the tentacles from Act 8, Yug Saroth or Yug Sharon. I forget what his name is, but the ice guy that you got to kill in Act 8. Okay, socketable currency gems. The ancient civilizations created special crafting items that can be socketed with fossils to modify their behavior. The jagged fossil, more physical mods, no chaos mods. Okay, place in a resonator to influence item crafting. Okay, so this is very much kind of like maybe they're trying to learn from Bestiary. Hey, we want to introduce more ways to craft, but we're trying to make it a little bit more accessible maybe? I don't know. Does not apply to jewels or maps. The glyphic fossil has a corrupt essence mod. Okay, so that's one way to guarantee a corrupted essence. Then what's this? This is a resonator. Okay, so powerful chaotic resonator. Does not apply to maps. Reforges a rare item with new random modifiers. More minion and aura mods. Has a vol mod. More lightning mods. No physical mods. But it doesn't apply to maps. Huh. Okay, so no physical. So like an elemental weapon, if you wanted to roll an elemental weapon. Okay, cool. Powerful resonator, bound fossil, more minion and aura mods, has a vol mod. Okay, so when we just select this, it shows us the sum total. But the bound fossil, the bloodstained fossil, and the metallic fossil each individually add some crafting specialty. Then the primitive alchemical resonator requires one socketed fossil, upgrades a normal item to a rare item. Okay, kind of cool. Maybe that's a sink. Maybe that's a sink for these little fossils that we find along the way, like some way to actually use them and essentially use them up so we're not just storing them. Potent chaotic resonator reforges a rare item with new random modifiers. Huh. So how is that different than just chaos? Reforges a rare item with new random modifiers. That's interesting. And then Havoc Keep. Here's an example of a mask. +2 to level of socketed minion gems, +61 to maximum mana, flat lightning resistance, 15% chance to gain an additional Vol Soul on kill. Nearby enemies have -15% to lightning resistance. Holy cow! Okay, so these resonators are socketable currency items that we can throw currency into and then influence the way that we are crafting Looks cool. Okay, the Infinite Depths. The Azurite's Mine is Path of Exile's first infinite dungeon. The deeper you delve, the harder the game gets. In Delve, so this is the end game. People that were whining and complaining, hey, where's the end game? Where are maps? Ree! Okay, this is it. Like, people are going to be like, I've reached level 7,000 or whatever in the mine. So the Azurite Mine is Path of Exile's first infinite dungeon. The deeper you delve, the harder the game gets. In Delve, you'll find encounters that are much harder than endgame maps. Your progress is only limited by the power of your character build. The depth ladder tracks who has delved the deepest into the mine. Hey, racers! Anybody that's like, oh man, it's so boring racing every league to 100, somebody gets it in a week. We now have a continual ongoing challenge for people that want to race in the mines. I personally am not a racer, but for those massive streamers that make a living off of this by racing, like Raze, Ziz, other guys, even guys like Mathel and Ziggy D that just want to challenge endgame content, but they're not necessarily racers, but they pump out awesome content and teach people how to play the game. This is going to be awesome, where you're essentially going to be able to say, okay, my build can do, this tier of map, but what's the depth of the mine that you've furthest progressed to? That sounds awesome. Oh, that looks like trapping. That totally looks like a beast trapping device. Just saying. Yeah, these are beast traps. So is bestiary coming back? That's Einhar right there. That is 100% Einhar. So did Einhar come back? New and revamped skills. Path of Exile Delve includes 10 powerful new or completely reworked skills centered around 2 character archetypes, the Guardian and the Pathfinder. Play as a holy warrior who strikes down foes with lightning damage while benefiting teammates and minions, or as a chaotic archer who uses nature and poison-based skills and suffocates enemies. Okay, so we saw the Guardian wasn't played very often, and mostly it was played as a support class. So it looks like maybe Guardian, like a new version of Necro or something to compete with Necros. That's interesting. So we've got Smite, which is a lightning attack AoE duration melee aura. It performs a melee attack and causes lightning to strike a targeted location or nearby enemy, dealing damage in an area. If the melee attack hits its target, that enemy cannot also be hit by the area damage. If the skill hits an enemy, you gain an aura buff, granting you and your allies additional lightning damage and a chance to shock for a duration. Requires a sword, axe, mace, staff, or unarmed. Interesting. Oh, okay. Well, 50% of physical damage converted to lightning. Okay, we'll see what that's like. Toxic Rain. Attack AoE Chaos Duration Bow. Fires a number of arrows into the air, all that rain down in a targeted area, dealing damage to enemies they hit and creating spore pods where they land. Okay, kind of like what the Lich does, where he creates spore pods. Each spore pod deals chaos damage over time to nearby enemies and lessens their movement speed. After a short duration, the pods burst, dealing area damage. Yeah, so this is the Lich move. This is what the Liches do in Abyssal Depths. 50% of physical damage converted to chaos damage. Wow. Modifiers to projectile damage apply to this skill's damage over time effect. Each spore pod applies 10% less movement speed to nearby enemies. Okay, so that's a nice defensive ability. Dominating Blow looks like it's getting a rework. Attacks the enemy with a melee strike, applying a debuff for a short duration. If a non-unique enemy dies while affected by the debuff, the enemy's corpse will be consumed, and a Sentinel of Dominance with the same rarity and mods will be summoned for a longer secondary duration. So maximum 9 summoned normal Sentinels of Dominance, maximum 3 summoned magic, maximum 1 summoned rare. 10% chance to summon a normal Sentinel of Dominance when you hit a unique monster. Interesting. So this is like a new summoner, like a new Guardian kind of style summoner. And then we've got unannounced. So we've got 7 more unannounced jewels that we will see. I'm not even going to speculate on those. Those just look. This looks very interesting. This, at least the build archetypes that they're trying to add onto looks awesome. Powerful new items. A Path of Exile expansion is not complete without powerful new items to discover. Delve includes 7 new divination cards and 18 new unique items, which have a focus on creating powerful new build opportunities. So let's take a look. The Grey Spire. It's a Judgment Staff. Requires level 68. It gives 18% chance to block attack damage while wielding a staff. It has no sockets. Okay. 297% increase global damage, 29% increase attack speed, plus 4 to all maximum resistances. Okay, so the Juggernaut just has a new best friend. Like, if you're just looking for a Juggernaut, like Juggernaut with tons of resistances and jumping through a lab, there's your lab farmer right there. That's a bunch of increased attack speed. Cerebrus Limb, Blood Scepter, one-handed mace, 24% increased elemental damage as the implicit, 99% increased spell damage, increased cast speed, 0.5% of spell damage leeched as life if equipped shield has at least 30% chance to block. Spell damage leech is coming back, boys. +1 to maximum energy shield per 5 armor on the equipped shield. Okay. +5 to armor per 5 evasion rating on equipped shield, and +20 to evasion. Okay, so we essentially got a stat stacker with the Cerebrus Limb Blood Scepter. That looks pretty cool. Stat stacking on a shield is going to be awesome now. Doriani's Machinarium, the maze map, 38% increased experience gain, monster level 80. It's a map tier 5. Found items have a 10% chance to drop corrupted in the area, and unique boss is augmented by player choices. What the heck does that mean? Maybe this is something that we only can access through like the delve mechanic. This will be interesting. The Primordial Chain, Coral Amulet, gives some flat life regen per second, requires level 34, can summon up to 3 additional golems at a time? Holy cow! Golemancers are in heaven. You cannot have non-golem minions. 25% reduced golem size. Golems deal 40% less damage. Golems have 35% less life. Golems have 83% increased movement speed. Holy cow, this is an amulet. It's not a jewel, which means that you can still socket it with all the other primordial jewels. Like, you can be running around with like seven flame golems. I don't know if the 40% less damage is going to be worth it. We're going to have to try that out in POB. This looks awesome. Boon of the First Ones. It gives you a bestiary item. Take a look. There's the bestiary image. That looks amazing. It looks like something from where the wild things are. Bestiary item. So that's cool. 6 out of 6. We don't know where that drops yet, but that's pretty cool. All right, and then there's this ring, which we don't even know what this ring is yet, but that's a pretty cool looking ring. All right, the Time-Worn Reliquary. In your travels across Rayclass, you may very rarely discover a Time-Worn Reliquary key, which, that's great, those are coming back. This key will open a portal to the Time-Worn Reliquary, which contains one of the 150 unique relics from past Path of Exile leagues. All right, so hey, Rigwald's Quills, Fenmis's Shroud, Bubonic Trail, oh man, Taliso's Sign, Time-Worn Reliquary key. So this means that, hey, Headhunter is going to be farmable this league, at least through this mechanic alone, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff that is otherwise pretty much restricted as legacy items into standard. All right, so here's the supporter packs. We're also launching 2 sets of supporter packs alongside Delve, the Shadowstalker and Dredgeforge packs. These are 2 price point available for each, and they feature masses of points alongside new armor sets and other exclusive cosmetic microtransactions. Path of Exile Delve will launch on August 31st Pacific Daylight Time on PC and September 3rd on Xbox One. All right, so let's take a look at the supporter packs and see what they've got. So for 50 points, 100 points, and 200 points, you 5, 10, 20. So here's the supporter. We've got the Stalker supporter. It gives you the Stalker weapon effect. So let's take a look at that. Hey, thank God this video works. This is the right video. It's so troll that the wrong video is there. All right, that looks pretty cool. It almost looks like a mix of the Celestial along with the Chaotic effect. That looks pretty cool. All right, so that's $30 for 250 points, and it gives you that Celestial or the Stalker weapon effect. The Shadow Stalker gives you the Shadow Stalker armor set. All right, let's take a look at that. That looks pretty cool. I like how it's all distorted, or how you can kind of see through it. It's almost transparent, but not really. Almost look like a plasma effect with those wings. That's pretty cool. All right, the Forge supporter, which gives you a Forge lion pet. So those of you that like lions and like pets, I know that there's a lot of people in G3 that like pets. It's a good-looking pet. Kicks the crap out of the Weta pet, huh? It's a good-looking pet. Oh, that's cool. And then the Dread Forge supporter for $60. This may be the one I go for. Holy cow, this looks awesome. It includes the lion, and then it includes all this armor. Yeah, that's my lab Juggernaut farmer right there for hardcore. That's the armor right there. Running through Labyrinth, beating up on Azaro. Oh yeah, there we go. Make that leap slam go. Boom. All right, and then of course there's the First Blood starter pack for those of you that are new to the game. and then a bunch of other starter packs. All right, so this is Delve. Guys, you really need to update your promo video. Just would like to say that. But other than that, let's see if they've updated on their official YouTube. Guys, you need to update. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. Delve. Here's the actual official trailer. Thank goodness they've got it.
Afraid of the dark, Exile? You should be. The darkness in this mine is alive. It's hateful. It's hungry. No light could lift this dark veil. Until now.
Huh. Okay, so it's an escort and then it locks into place. Yeah, so it locks into place in certain rooms. Maybe those rooms will be the boss rooms? Or maybe it's kind of like a breach or an incursion, where that's just like the trigger.
Vile monsters are the least of your concerns, but the darkness itself hunts us. What is it hiding?
Okay, did you see that effect?
It's calling to us.
That effect on screen seemed more than just your light
The Empire
distance.
could not use it to conquer the black depths.
We're playing Terraria for now. Scorching Ray. Huh. And what happens if you walk out of the light? That totally looks like Alva Velat. That looks like the temple. That looks like a boss. Oh, that was a Harbinger boss. There's a Breach boss. There's a dragon?
Don't stray too far, or else lights out.
Lights out. Oh, man. Okay, there we go. There's Delve.
In Path of Exile Delve, you will explore the Azurite Mine, a pitch-black, infinitely deep dungeon. To pierce the darkness, you will need to find Vortexic Sulfite on the surface. The sulfite powers a machine called the Crawler that generates light. The darkness of the mine will quickly kill you if you leave the light. So
It'll
keep up
kill
with the
you.
Crawler.
It'll just straight up kill you. Okay. Straight up does damage.
The mine is full of Azurite, a valuable resource that you can use to upgrade your equipment.
Oh, and we automatically pick that up. Do you see that coming towards your character? We don't have to pick up Azurite. Awesome. Just automatically walk over it.
Use flares to stay alive while exploring the dark. Throw dynamite to blow open walls and find hidden paths.
I already don't like the...
There are a lot of valuable rewards in the darkness to tempt you, but be careful, the darkness itself is deadly.
What the heck?
Lost civilizations deep underground created socketable currency items. Socket fossils into the currency for powerful crafting results.
What? Okay, it uses it up. Yeah, it uses it up. Huh.
The Azurite mine gets harder and harder the deeper you go. Test the limits of your character in Path of Exile Delve.
Oh boy. I wonder if the mine can have mods. Like, is it akin to maps that it can have mods on it? Because I've seen some Beyonders on there. We've seen Breaches. We've seen Abyss Lords, or Abyssal Liches. Alright, Chris, you've piqued my interest. I'm in. I'm in. Now I just gotta wait till the 31st. Alright, so there we go. There's our little countdown timer. 21 days, 22 hours, 32 minutes, and 27 seconds until we reach Path of Exile Delve. So get hype, everybody. Leave your comments. We're going to be doing stuff every single day as there's more announcements and more info that comes out, more speculation on Reddit. I already want to hear about this Nico the Mad. What kind of speculation you guys have on that? Is this going to be like Bestiary? Is this going to be an attempted introduction of more currency items that ultimately people don't like? I already didn't like the way how that looked like throwing flashbangs to try and get away from the cart. I don't know. It just... We'll see. We'll see if there seems to be a delicate balance right now in the game between people trying to say, hey, we need to slow down the meta, and hey, we really enjoy speeding up the meta. So we'll see what Delve does, and we'll reserve some judgment there. But definitely there's going to be people reacting to this, because this, man, an infinite dungeon that's not gated behind maps. People that are like, oh, I can't progress my Atlas because I'm gated behind maps. Like, this is the first infinite dungeon that we've got in PoE, and it's interactable. So this is going to be really interesting. That whole image that we see right here, like, this looks like Terraria. I can't get Terraria out of my head. Like, whether or not we want to call this Delve or PoE Minecraft or PoE Terraria edition, like, this is going to be exciting. So leave us a comment down below. What are you most excited for? Are you most excited for new revamped skills, for new items, for new div cards, for the Ancient Reliquary to come back, which means ancient items that are going to come back as well, or just like a new league mechanic that we can explore this infinite dungeon? So leave us a comment down below. I'm pretty hyped for it. I'm excited. I'm definitely taking time off that weekend in 21 days, 22 hours, and 30 minutes.